Well, kia ora and welcome to Endeavour Park in Whitby in Porirua for coverage of the South Central Series in the National League for 2021. This is a men's round 3 match between Western Suburbs from Wellington and Selwyn United from Canterbury. Western Suburbs come into this game with a 1-win and 1-loss record, and Selwyn are 0-2. Glenn Lama's my name, Michael Built with us with the call today, and the weather here in Porirua, in Whitby near Porirua, is not too bad at the moment. About the best thing we can tell is 18 degrees, which is nice and warm, but rain and strong northerlies are coming. Let's have a look at the lineups today. Selwyn's side is once again solid with Cosgrove, Booth, Skoltz and Pritchard at the back. In the midfield, Carradis, Topham, Mackay and Murdoch provide punch, and Arnott and Grolt are up front as well. So plenty of excitement too with Dan Eade on the bench. He has New Zealand Premiership experience behind him. The coach is Chris Brown.
Well, Chris, 4-1 loss last week to Olympic. What have you been working on to rectify that this weekend?
We're looking at our own kind of defensive structure, staying compact. We know West are going to look to play kind of in a similar way to Wellington Olympic, probably even more in terms of playing out and doing their thing. So yeah, for us it's a case of keeping our shape and breaking beyond that 70-minute mark in terms of fitness and legs and the mental side of it. Yeah,
and I suppose the expectation is that West will probably try and dominate the ball today.
Yeah, we're quite new. It's nothing new for us. That player for player, they're probably going into it as favourites, and player for player, they've got a better squad in terms of names. So yeah, we're quite comfortable being in without possession and trying to find our moment to break and go and cause a threat in the opposition half rather than constantly soaking it up at our end.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, and I suppose you're also looking to bring that scrambling game that you had last week so well.
Yeah, so we defend our own 18 pretty well. It's kind of a bit put everything on the line, and then we've got a big PT in goal who, if it does go through, often gets in the way of a lot of it. So yeah, we'll keep doing that. We're missing Jack Allett today. He's sick, but Jaden will drop back in centre back, and so he should be able to marshal that back four pretty well.
Well, all the best, and hope for a good game today.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Well, Chris Brown there, you're a real shame that Allett is not available for this game. Let's have a look at the Western Suburbs lineup, and very similar to last week with Simpson goal, Clayton, Stroud, Faber and Sabo at the back, gut kick Howard, Van Rysel in the midfield, and Ingham and Delaney and Gillen up front, and an exciting bench too. None of those players are aged over 18, so young, exciting substitutes bench, and the coach is Ben Sippler.
Well, Ben, you picked up 3 points against Kashmir Tech last week. How pleased were you with that performance?
Yeah, we would be really pleased with that performance. Just in regards to, we played them a month ago in the Chatham Cup, and funnily enough, the game was reversed. So they had beat us in the 88th minute last time, and we got the 88th minute winner this time. But the processes around the game were great, and had another great week of training this week after that. So yeah, we were really pleased. So.
Up against Selwyn United today, how do you see this game going?
Yeah, I know, interesting. I was just talking to Chris earlier. You can't take anything for granted in football. We know that. So obviously I think we're the favorites in the game. And with that comes a little bit of responsibility to maintain our football actions, make sure we really give them a lot of respect so that we get the result that we want. But yeah, we have to win every game now in this league. So, that's pretty simply said. So.
All good with injuries in the squad and such?
Yeah, so we have a full-strength squad. So Robbie Sabo is back in the squad now after playing against Kashmir, and Otto Ingham is back. So, we have a really good team. Durhanu Tai is out with a red card. But yeah, we put that one in for a little bit of a debate. But anyways, and then the pitch is beautiful today. I think I saw the boys are chuffed, and probably the best place to play in football right now in New Zealand. So it's a good day. Yeah.
Well, all the best today, mate.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, mate.
Yes, Ben Sippler, who of course hails from the United States, spent time in Scandinavia playing professionally before coming to New Zealand, and has been here for some time now coaching. All right, Corey Mills is the referee. Ashton Davenport and Sean Lau are the assistant referees, and we're almost all set. It's going to be Western Suburbs in the black, Selwyn United in the vertical blue and white stripes here at Whitby, and hopefully this rain and strong northerlies, which are forecast, won't happen until after the conclusion of the game. And we're underway here. So thanks for joining us, folks. Looking forward to this match, round 3 of the South Central National League for 2021. Michael Built with me. And Michael, what are your expectations for the game today?
I think this is going to be a really good game. I think there's a little bit on it for both teams. Obviously, Selwyn, first two fixtures, been probably disappointed not to pick up any points, but Western Suburbs got it all to play for at the moment as things get tight at the top of the table. So they'll be hoping for a win, and then they can go into next week and then really push their case to make that top two.
Yes, indeed. Well, Selwyn come in having lost to Kashmir Technical 1-0 in round one. They only conceded that goal in the 93rd minute. Now, we have a look at Western Suburbs here, and Selwyn will be able to play it away. And then Selwyn were competitive for a while against Wellington Olympic, for losing 4-1 eventually. Be disappointed to concede a couple of goals near the end of that match.
Most definitely. They were 1-1 for a large spell of the game, albeit Wellington Olympic were definitely on top, controlling the ball as we expect to see today with Western Suburbs.
Here's a chance as they come into the area again. It was Gillian involved in that movement. Western Suburbs, well, they lost 2-1 to Miramar in the first round. Of course, they did have a player red-carded in that game, and then they came back to beat Kashmir Technical 1-0. And again, it came late, that goal. One gut kick getting that right near the end to secure Western Suburbs the win in that contest. And if they go on and win here today, the top of the table is going to be quite congested.
Definitely. It's going to be 6 points, and that will be just the 1 point behind Wellington Olympic and Miramar. So, and depending on what happens later this afternoon with Kashmir, and if they can get a win, then that'll take them to 6 points as well, which will make things very interesting.
Of course, the format for this season is that all of these teams will just play each other once, and then we're going to have a grand final in the second weekend of December. So that's how it's looking. So results with 4 teams perhaps potentially being within just a point of each other on the table. It's going to be quite tight as we head down the last 2 or 3 rounds. Now here's Clayton making a nice burst down the right-hand side, and a nice early cross from him, but comfortably handled by the Selwyn United defence. Stroud with that throw in. Western Suburbs dominating possession in these first couple of minutes.
Yeah, you'll notice early on that Western Suburbs, as they like to do, like to control possession. Both fullbacks are really getting high, trying to insert their dominance on the game now. Selwyn will be interesting to see how they manage with this, whether they just start dropping deeper and deeper, or whether they look to try and take the game to Western Suburbs and press them a bit.
Well, remarkable story with Selwyn United, aren't they? They were not far away from being relegated in one of the mainland competitions, and then they went on a heck of a run in the Southern League to qualify for this series. So a magnificent effort from them to get into this competition. So hopefully they'll get some points. They might even get some points out of this game. Let's see. Now here's one gut kick. Made a big impression for Team Wellington last season in the ISPS Hunter Premiership.
Continuing to do the same again for Western Suburbs. Very impressive goal last week to get that winning goal. Some good feet inside the 18-yard box and slipped it away. So he'll be one to watch today.
Beerman, the goalkeeper for Selwyn United. Sabo playing it down, though, to Topham, 16-year-old. Looking forward to seeing him play today. I know there's high hopes for him coming out of the Selwyn United club. Van Rysel. And Rysel again. Scored the goal in Western Suburbs' first game of the season against Miramar on this ground. Nice sunny day that day it was too. As we see Ingham coming forward now. Clayton's made his move from right back again. Very fast and skillful player. And it's going to be a corner. First corner of the game. Like Alex Clayton, good player.
Expecting to see a lot of that today. He's Clayton's very fast down that right-hand side. Likes to take on players, and then has usually got quite a good end product getting balls in the box.
Of course,
so
you might have played
threat down that right-hand side.
You might have played a few games with him too. He's a former Eastern Suburbs player from 2018-19 season. So here's the corner. Oh, Bema's out of position. And Ben Stroud just couldn't get that good connection, but Stroud's got that body language. Oh, I had a chance to score a goal there.
Yeah, one of the few players, I'd say, in this Western Suburbs team that's a real threat in the air on these set plays, so they'll be looking to get their deliveries in and around him, I would think, for him to attack.
So the pressure remains on the Selwyn United defence as Clayton comes over to take the corner from the other side of the field. And Bema's got that one nicely done by the keeper and keen to get things moving. Unfortunately, he couldn't get Arnott downfield to keep the move going. So slight delay here because of an injury. Looks like the keeper might have injured himself making that kick. I think he's okay though. Well, Bema, he's a farmer from Ashburton. I don't think too much is going to bother him. Gut kick. Faber, the captain of the Western Suburbs team. Here he is again.
Can already see early on the way you expected the game to play out, around the patient build up for Western Suburbs and then looking for those gaps to rip through like we're seeing now.
Sabo. Staying nice and wide out was Gillian. Kick again now. Sabo. Oh, Bema came out. He hired Delaney, was sniffing around there. Oh dear, Sabo. That was nasty. Yellow card. Oh boy. Well, I've got to say, my first impression was I wondered whether it was going to be a card of a different colour there, Michael.
That was nasty. It didn't look too good. Studs up. And I think he may be quite lucky just to see yellow there.
Well, the player fouled was Luke Mackay, who scored that wonderful goal last week for Selwyn United, and thankfully he's not injured, and he's just got up and got on with the game. Gives Selwyn the opportunity to move into the penalty area here. And I think it's bounced up into the arm there maybe of one of the Selwyn players, so they'll concede possession. Sabo, protagonist of that yellow card just a moment ago. Sims, good young keeper coming through the system, just 18 years of age. And looks like there might have been a head clash as the communication was just lacking just a tad there from those Selwyn United players, and the player down is Oliver Schultz. Again, he looks okay, but that doesn't necessarily mean he is okay in these concussion times we live in now, Michael.
No, definitely got to take these things seriously when you get any sort of head knocks, so they'll go through the proper precautions to make sure hopefully both of them are all right.
Well, he seems okay. Schultz, the 25-year-old. Key player for Selwyn United. He started in round 1 and 2 for this team. So Scott's finally leaving the field here, and hopefully he'll return, but we'll just have to be patient on that one. So play to resume. It's going to be a throw-in for Western Suburbs. This is Faber. And Stroud. Switching sides. Nice touch there from Ingham. This is gut kick.
It was Alex.
And unfortunately, doesn't really come to much, but that was a nice touch from Ingham in that movement.
That's what West will constantly look to do in the game. They'll get their 2 wide players looking to come inside and then just try and receive balls in between the defensive line and the midfield line and get facing forward. Almost created something there.
Well, it doesn't look like, we just heard from our man on the sideline, Fred de Jong, that Oliver Scholz is unlikely to be back and is about to be subbed. And that's a bit of a blow for Selwyn United to lose a player at just the 10th minute. They've only got a 4-man substitute bench anyway. Faber. Now we see this from Western Suburbs. They're quite happy knocking it around the face of the goal. What they're trying to do is find some space behind that high press. And they've done that really well there. It's a lovely one-touch.
Great play from West, yeah. One-touch football. Bit of a mistake here, though.
And here comes the shot, and Sims is down. It was Dorian Grolt with that one.
Really interesting to see there that Selwyn deciding to put that pressure on West as they look to build up and try and force a little error and maybe win that ball high up the pitch. But West were up to the task there and played some great one-touch football to get out.
Van Rysel with that touch. Here's Gillian. And that's going to go out for a corner. So Selwyn United still playing with just 10 players. Oliver Scholz is off with that concussion, and the sub is getting prepared to come on. So in the meantime, play continues. Clayton with this corner. Nice and high was the Selwyn United defence. Ingham. Gut kick. All the way back to Liam Gillian. Spread the ball nicely as Clayton stays on this left flank. There's the early ball. It's a good one from Van Rysel. And the deflection is kind for Selwyn United. But signs are looking promising here for Western Suburbs.
Yeah, there was a good chance there. I think if Stroud was just able to get that ball under control on the cross, he would have been able to strike on goal after that. So that was a little bit of a missed chance.
Okay, Sims, the keeper for Western Suburbs, a Phoenix Reserves player last year, as some of these Western Suburbs players are coming through the Phoenix Academy and the Ole Academy as well. Gillian. Here's Ingham running at the defence. Gillian had just overran his foot there. If he'd managed to get a touch, that might have been really interesting. Gut kick. Ingham once again. Clayton back on the right flank. Early ball in. It's off the bar. It's off the post, in fact. Ollie Van Rysel so close to scoring his second goal of the season.
That's some great play there from Western Suburbs. Again, down that right-hand side.
Oh, wonderful work there from Van Rysel.
Great job, you guys. Just keep with the plan.
And prior to that, Clayton.
Looks excellent.
So it is Penny Cook who's come on to replace the concussed Oliver Scholz. Penny Cook, the 23-year-old, in his third appearance. He started in round one, was a substitute last week, and he's on early in this match. He'll be wearing number 17. But the first 14 minutes have been dominated by Western Suburbs as Faber changes it up with a long pass, and it was a beauty. And Clayton, oh, he didn't quite get the cross right that time, Alex Clayton. But again, you could see what Western Suburbs were trying to do.
Again with Alex Clayton really high and wide as that right fullback, getting him behind off the first pass. Selwyn just really struggling to stop Western Suburbs when they've got this controlled position, just finding those gaps and ripping it through their midfield. So they're having to do a fair bit of work here, Selwyn, to recover.
Yeah, they're a good young side, Western Suburbs. Ben Stroud's the oldest player out there. He's just 23. So there's plenty of hot young talent in this Western Suburbs team at the moment.
The real key here for Selwyn, and they've got to make sure they really stay tight and compact, connected with each other. Weather the bit of the storm. As we know, they're always going to struggle against Western Suburbs with the possession. But as long as they can stay in the game, like their coach Chris mentioned before the game, get to the 70 minutes and be in the game, they will have a chance in this one.
Well, you never know. They might just pinch one. Going back for this one is Penny Cook, who's the substitute. He's actually slotted into left back. Gut kick, good win there. And now Gillian. Sabo.
That's all right. That's good. Look at your shape. It's perfect.
Oscar Howe. Tall 18-year-old is key man in this Western Suburbs team as well. Faber. Ben Stroud. Now gut kick. Again, lovely distribution by Western Suburbs, and Van Ryssel's picked up a little knock there on his leg, but he still carried on. Looks like he's run it off pretty quickly, Van Rysel. Oh, here's a chance. It's snuck over there for Ingham. Has it gone in? It has gone in. Hyatt Delaney has got the last touch, and Western Suburbs open the scoring. It is 1-0.
Great ball this into Otto. Lovely little touch, flick over the head. Another little flick over the keeper for Delaney just to tap in. It's great bit of work there from Otto Ingham. Lovely touch.
Delaney gets the goal in the 18th minute. It's his first goal of the South Central series. And he has scored 9 for this club now this season. 8 goals in 8 games during the Central League for Western Suburbs, so having a nice goal-scoring spell. Is he Hyatt Delaney, the former Canterbury United and Hawke's Bay United player? Good pickup for Western Suburbs this season. Here comes Selwyn. This is Grolt. Can't quite. Oh, he's still there for Selwyn United. And Sims has managed to salvage that one before conceding the corner. Well, Western Suburbs will be happy.
Couldn't have asked for a better start, Western Suburbs. Got the ball, controlling position, which would have been in their game plan, and then to get a nice early goal as well, which is then going to force Selwyn out from that deep block and have to try and get after the ball to change the game. That should hopefully open up more opportunities for Western Suburbs, they would hope.
Faber to Howe. Sabo, that's a tantalising ball for Gillian to get onto, but Biema is onto it.
Stop the forward pacer. Pressure on anyone facing forward. Pressure
Cosgrove.
forward pacer.
Chasing through, as is Joe Arnott.
Goal side, goal side, goal side.
And Arnott's got it now. Oh, there's a player open in the area there, and Groltz. Well, it's been blocked by Howe. That was a good chance for Selwyn United.
thought just on first glance that may have hit someone's hand, but didn't seem to be too many appeals there. So great opportunity for Selwyn to get back in the game.
Well, what a great cross from Arnott. He picked out his teammate beautifully there. Oh, and speaking of great crosses, that was one from Clayton, and Delaney couldn't pop it in for a second.
Excellent save from the goalkeeper, though. Come out, made himself big.
So action at both ends of the pitch. "20 minutes played." Hope you're enjoying the coverage here of this round 3 South Central Series match. Western Suburbs in the black leading 1-0. We're at Endeavour Park in Whitby. This is Sabo. Gillian. Nice pass. Here comes Sabo and acres of space. Oh, good work from the defender there. That was excellent work from, I think it might have been Arnott coming back to get himself in the road. Corner is what's coming. Chance for Howe. Gut kick, and the other taller players in this Western Suburbs side to get into the penalty area. Goal kick is the ruling. Ben Stroud too. Ben Stroud scored a couple of goals this season in the Central League for his team. Now we'll keep an eye on him as Gillian gets possession back for Western Suburbs.
This is what West really like to do. They get into their positions, make the pitch nice, big and expansive, and then they just look to rip that ball around to each other. What's happening now, you see Selwyn are having to work really hard across the pitch.
And here's Delaney again, tries to measure it for Ingham. Ingham's around the keeper. It's been kept out somehow by Selwyn. I'm not quite sure how, but some lovely interplay there again.
Excellent play. Again, Western Suburbs, Otto Ingham involved in it, coming in from that right-hand side.
Well, BM has got a big punt on him, hasn't he? That's the second time in the game we've seen it go from keeper to keeper. And maybe just some evidence there, Michael, of that wind strength getting up a little bit.
Definitely seems to be a tactic of Selwyn as well when he receives the ball to look for early forward passes. See some of the advertising board flying off there.
Absolutely. Yeah, it wouldn't be a game of football in Wellington without a bit of breeze. Here's gut kick.
Great position, Robbie. That's a great position. Yep.
And as I was saying before, this is what West will be looking to do. Pull Selwyn from side to side, make them work really hard, and try and tire them out in the game. And they often look to score most of their goals in that second half towards the last 20 minutes when the other team is spent and the legs are gone.
Well, the tactic is working at the moment. This is good football being played by Western Suburbs. It's pretty to watch. It's Ingham. Lovely touches from the 19-year-old so far in this game. Clayton stayed forward and wins a throw-in. Faber. It's Gillian. Faber keen to get that ball forward this time. Gut kick in a bit of space. Here's Clayton. No one at the far post that time for Western Suburbs. So Selwyn United pinch possession. And here's a chance for them. Sims is way out near the halfway line. Well, if you want your goalkeeper to make decisive decisions, there was an example of Sims doing just that.
Goalkeepers always have a very big involvement when they're involved with Western Suburbs. Sims, with and without the ball, was expected to play that sweeper keeper role. So any balls hit in behind, he can sweep them, and then often involved in all the build-up play as well. It's definitely not a position you get bored in.
Yeah, keeps you on your toes. Stroud goes direct. Clayton chases through. He's got that pace, remember. Oh, some good young talent there. Clayton 21, Ingham there, number 11. He's 19. Ingham, of course, is New Zealand under-17 World Cup player from 2 years ago. Gut kick. Gets it back again. He might have a crack here. Oh, good save from Beerma. Those ones can be tricky for the keeper, the ones that bounce just in front of him.
Good hands. It's getting really tough for Selwyn. They're pushed further and further back. They're just sitting on the edge of their 18-yard box. And when doing that, obviously taking that space from in behind off the table, but with this Western Suburbs team, because they're so good at their combinations and wide areas and in and around the edge of the box, it's still very difficult to stop when they're doing those little 1-2s. And you've got players like Gut Kick who can beat a player in little jink and get his shots off like he did last week.
1-0 the score. He hired Delaney, the goal scorer, in the 18th minute. Western Suburbs continue to dominate possession. Must be around the 70% mark. Feels certainly very high in their favour. Liam Gillian.
Let's not break the rules too much, everybody.
Hustling here from Selwyn United.
Deny the forward facers. Deny the forward. Good.
Luke Mackay's lost the ball.
Share it.
Good challenge.
Quicker.
You can see that immediate pressure from Western Suburbs as soon as they lose it. Lots of energy.
Mackay. All that might work out for Grolt. It's just eluded him.
Get out one. We don't need you there.
Really tough when you're chasing the ball and trying to get it back, and as soon as you get it back, you've got 3 or 4 players around you pressing you. It can get really difficult.
Jaden Booth, the captain, getting in the way there for Selwyn United. Now gut kick once again. Oscar Howe, one of the Phoenix reserves last year.
Good. You haven't got to tell him he's got time.
Lovely ball. Here's Gillian with front foot running ball here. Liam Gillian. Oh, great save. I think Beerma just got the fist to it there. So some exciting action again and some good play from Liam Gillian.
Great play from Liam, but again, Beerma called into action again. He's made a few big saves early on in this game, which just kept Selwyn in it.
So another corner coming up here for Western Suburbs.
Are you guys happy, Ollie? Liam Case.
Arnott can clear.
Deny the forward facer.
Murdoch chasing hard here is Arnott. And Murdoch chasing through, but Sims, nice defending there from Oscar Howe. That was better from Selwyn United. They got a chance to run at the Western Suburbs players that time.
That'll be the one threat that Western Suburbs will need to manage throughout the game, is because they're so dominant with that ball and they push those fullbacks on really high. There'll be those few moments that Selwyn get to counter-attack, and Western Suburbs is just going to need to manage that. So 15 minutes to play until half-time.
Remember, Oliver Scholz got replaced earlier in this half after being concussed. Head clash with a teammate. Here comes Stroud.
Shiver that! Shiver!
That brought Troy Pennycook on.
Batter in the moment of loss of possession. Go!
Going back here is Caritas.
Good. Now have fun.
Great work from Western Suburbs there. You can hear them pressing. You hear Ben Sapola screaming, press.
Where's Alex?
Gut kick has it. Clayton. Here's one gut kick again.
Go on,
Delaney. And nicely done by Van Rysel. Gut kick. Oh, nice anticipation by that Selwyn United player. And coming through now is Caritas. Oh, there's chances here. What's going on here? And I think there's a whistle that's going to go against Selwyn United.
If this is not offside, the Western Suburbs defender could be in a bit of trouble here. There may have been an intentional handball.
Oh, okay. Well.
He was
Let's
the last
see.
man.
Let's see. Here's referee Corey Mills. And oh dear, a red card for Mikey Faber. Intentional handball. Let's see if we can pick it up here. Well, we couldn't pick it up on that replay. Mikey Faber, the captain, is out of the game. Western Suburbs down to 10.
Big moment in the game there. Selwyn will be buoyed by that.
Well, goodness me, and in all that, there's a substitution has been made too by Western Suburbs only after 32 minutes. Penny is on. Bruno Penny, the 17-year-old, he gets an appearance again. Started actually in the first game against Miramar. Well, after this free kick, we'll get your thoughts, Michael, on how you think the dynamic of this game has now changed with Faber out of the contest. And a substitution early in the game, very early. So we'll get the thoughts, your thoughts on that as well, about why that might have happened. In the meantime, here's this free kick. Still there for Selwyn. It's cleared by Sabo, but only partially. And now Gillian can get rid of it. It's still there for Selwyn United. They might as well keep some players up front as they continue to see if they can weave some magic. It's Pennycook. And now gut kick is back in possession for Western Suburbs. So it will be interesting now to see how Western Suburbs can navigate through 10 men. The last time we saw them play with 10 against Miramar, it all kind of fell apart for them. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes.
No doubt. It's always tough when you go a man down. I do believe Western Suburbs, they will back themselves in their ability to hold on to the ball and keep it moving, that they'll still back themselves to go and do well in this game and hold on, and still have moments like this where they'll go and try and create chances down the other end.
So Clayton is fouled, and the yellow card, Jaden Booth, the captain of Selwyn United, has picked up the yellow card for this challenge. Clumsy.
The interesting thing will be to see where Western Suburbs, well, how they change their shape from now.
Well, Jaden Booth is an important player in this team. So free kick now to Western Suburbs. So lots of action in these last 5 minutes. So Ollie Van Rysel to take this free kick. Cleared away by Booth. Grolt can't keep it though. And it's good work from Penny, his first touch. What do you think is the reasoning behind that substitution? Now, we must point out the sub was going to be made before the red card. It wasn't in results or response to that red card. So what do you think's going on there?
I'm unsure. It makes me wonder whether Howell's picked up a little injury or something wrong there, because he started off the game fine. It looked like he was doing quite well in that holding midfield role and getting on the ball. So my guess is there's probably something's going on in terms of an injury.
Well, we'll see if we can get that clarified for you. You see this high pressing here from Selwyn. And the other issue we need to talk about is the red card to Faber. Of course, he's the captain and he's the man in the central of the defence, Michael. I mean, you know how important those players are for organisational reasons.
Definitely. They're the ones that see the whole game. They're behind everything. They can see what's happening in front of them.
Why are you guys debating? He's fucking caught the ball on a breakaway.
So it sounds like Sabo has moved into centre back, and Van Rysel was then dropped back into left fullback. And then it'll be interesting to see the positioning of Gillian and whether he plays a little bit deeper and on that left-hand side.
Well, he seems to be now in the centre, doesn't he? Number 15 coming through there, but that might be just for this play. Here's Selwyn United coming through again, and this is Mackay. What a cracking goal he scored last week. Hopefully Selwyn United can cook something up like that again. Here's Arnott, here's Mackay. Nice control here, and that was a nice move from Selwyn United. It was Murdoch with the shot, and this is going to give them confidence, that play.
Definitely. They're now in a position where Wesser having to adapt and just sort of manage their shape and figure a few things out right now. And Selwyn have got a good opportunity where they could build a bit of momentum, maybe create a few chances, get themselves back in it before half-time.
Remember that goal coming in the 19th minute was, in fact, he hired Delaney, getting that goal for Western Suburbs and what was a very dominant period of play for them prior to Mikey Faber being red carded for intentional handball. Booth trying to find Grolt up the centre. Nice layoff from Arnott. And here come Selwyn United again. This is Cosgrove. Early ball this time, but Sabo clears it away. Still here for Selwyn United. Sabo going all the way back, and he is happy in the knowledge that it was going to be a goal kick. You can just see the Selwyn United players have got a bit more spring to their step now, haven't they?
After a really tough start, a sending off definitely will give you a little bit more belief and a bit more running in the legs, so they'll probably find a yard or two more and a little bit more energy, which is good for the game going forward.
Delaney, nice pass to Penny, who couldn't replicate it to gut kick. And now space for Arnott. Tried to pick out Grolt, the far post. But there was the value of Selwyn United. They found some space down the right where that, arguably where that last or that 11th player would have been for Western Suburbs. And that foul is going to go against Luke Pritchard. Another yellow card. Third of the first half and a red card. Well, those are those ones, maybe the temptation is just a little bit too great. You can see all of the ball there, but he went in probably just a touch too strong.
Yeah, only intention to win the ball. Wasn't trying to do anything silly there, but probably just a little bit
over-eager.
Over-eager, yeah. Bit too aggressive.
Penny. Was to get Clayton involved in the game. Usually when Clayton and Gutkick have got the ball at their feet, something happens for their team. Penny Here's Gillian once more. Ingham.
Great
good play.
one-touch combination football.
Wasn't it? Beautifully done. As Clayton. How would he just hold just for a second? Now he makes a run. Clayton, good play. Over the keeper, but no one there for Western Suburbs.
You can see just the way Western Suburbs play, even with a man down, they're so good technically, each one of them on the ball and at keeping it, that they're still going to have a lot of possession in the game and they'll still be able to create chances.
Five minutes to play until half-time. Clayton. Up goes Stroud. Let's see if Selwyn can make something of this possession. Cosgrove, good ball. Here they come again through Callum Murdoch. Murdoch couldn't quite get it over Kay Sims. Murdoch, good young player, 18 years of age. Had a back injury earlier in the season, so his appearances have been limited for Selwyn United this season. I know they have high prospects for him in the club. Whoops, slight communication breakdown there, and this can free up Delaney, but he's in an offside position.
Clog up the six, bro.
So Selwyn pushing players forward here as Bierma gets things underway again. Got to kick happy to just cool the engines just for a moment. Now Clayton. Ingham. Sabo coming forward. Gillian. Ingham again in space.
Running, Alex.
A little 1-2. Ingham just couldn't chest it down so he could get it, have a crack at it. But a promising move again from Western Suburbs. Van Rysel. Get some help from Liam Gillian. Now Penny. Here's Van Rysel once again. Won't burn across that time. Doesn't find a man in a black shirt. So last minute of normal time here in the first half. I suspect with 4 cards being handed out and a concussion, we might have some added time in this first half. Here's Penny. And now Ollie Van Rysel again. And that should be, well, it's a goal kick. I wondered whether it was a corner, but no. There's going to be a couple of minutes of added time in this first half. Western Suburbs intent on attack has certainly cooled off since that red card, hasn't it, Michael?
Yeah, I think their focus will definitely be even more controlled and even more patient now when they get the ball, and really pick and choose the right moments to go forward and then try and create a goal scoring opportunity. They're going to really want to slow the game down and control it now that they're a man down. Just by the looks of things, it looks as if they've got Otto up top with Delaney, and they've got a 4-3-2 shape going on.
And Sims has been beat to the ball. It's just gone over. Dorian Grolt. Well, that would have been spectacular if he'd got that one in. Oh, that was half decent.
Sims just got caught in two minds a little bit and almost paid the price.
He did. It was a pretty decent ball from Luke Mackay. Van Rysel. Good stuff from Beerma. Beerma's got a big boot on him, hasn't he? As Grolt chases through again, and Sims desperate to not concede the corner, but he has.
Not always the most prettiest football, but often quite effective, those longer balls. You see it at an international level a lot with teams as well, where the keepers have that range where they can hurt teams off the first ball and get in behind their defence. So it's definitely a tactic Selwyn are using in this game.
So corner here. Murdoch to take it. Well, he might get another chance here, Callum Murdoch. Oh, Selwyn need to get a wriggle on here. Maybe create one more chance before half time. And that won't happen because that is the end of the first 45 minutes. Interesting first half where we had 1 goal, 3 yellow cards and 1 red card. The goal came from Ihaya Delaney in the 19th minute. Western Suburbs leading Selwyn United here at Whitby. At half-time, 1-0.
15 minutes half-time. Just a reminder that the pitch side bar is open.
That's a good ball into the top of the area. Oh, goodness me. Zach Jones was wrong-footed there big time. And it's 1-0 to the Phoenix. Spain delivers. Morietta, acrobatic. Good ball. Oh my goodness. It's Van Hattem. Van Hattem. It's been saved. That was remarkable. How did that not go in? Overachel's head still there for the Phoenix. Van Hattem again, and he's just wide. Morietta, good ball in, and there's a goal. Miramar go in front. Good work from Mason Smith. Morietta, yes! As is Hamilton. Here, here's Van Hattem through here, and there he is, the man we were just talking about. His last couple of minutes. Achol run to the defence. Achol, here's a chance. Oh, big chance for Toomey.
Brings up Halakias on the good early ball played in. Bazookas must score. Great save. Over the top goes Booth. Toby Hunt has to scramble from Sinclair, and it's the opening goal of the match, and that is quite brilliant from Olympic. Well, given away and a chance here. Hunt is beaten and Selwyn have equalised, and that is a brilliant finish. A lot of touches at the start of the second half. Little 1-2 in the area, Sinclair. That's brilliant football. Selwyn, a rare opportunity in the Olympic penalty area. Can they create something? They can. Great chance, and it went wide off the feet of a defender. Paul Peterson advancing. Can he pick his spot? He did, but the keeper was there, and on the follow-up, it's Gould with his second. Sinclair now operating down that right wing side, allowed to advance into the area. Shoots on goal, just wide. Taken quickly. Tries one, what a finish! What a finish for the hat-trick. So many players, handy cross as well, just over the top of Cunniff, but into the back of the net. That is stunning.
He's taking the corner. Nice touch, just there it's in. And Western Suburbs have opened the scoring in the first 8 minutes. Barnett, good right play from him. Oh, it's off the crossbar from Bevan. White, good turn, good change of direction. White, and he's there. Clear opportunity here for Western Suburbs, it's gut kick. Here's space for gut kick. This is partially blocked there. It's still there. It's clipped and yes! There is the goal for Miramar. Gut kick again in space. What can he cook up here? Delivers a good ball to Ingham. Oh! Ingham so close to equalising. Yeah, some of the highlights there of the South Central Series in the first couple of rounds. Let's have a look at round 2 results from last week. Wellington Olympic beating Selwyn 4-1. Western Suburbs getting that winner right near the end of that game, 1-0 over Kashmir Technical. And Miramar and Wellington Phoenix played out an entertaining game at Dave Farrington. This weekend, we've seen that amazing game yesterday between Miramar and Wellington. I don't know what other word we can use to describe that. Half-time here, of course, Western Suburbs leading Selwyn 1-0. And then at 3 o'clock, we'll be in Lower Hutt for that game between the Phoenix and Kashmir Technical. Here are the standings so far. This includes yesterday's results. So Wellington Olympic and Miramar both on 7. If Western Suburbs and Kashmir Technical win their games today, they'll go to 6. So it'll be very close between those 4 teams after the first 3 rounds. But the Phoenix, well, they're not a bad side. I wouldn't discount them from getting something out of that game against Kashmir Technical this afternoon. Yes, I hope you can stay with us for that Phoenix Kashmir Technical game coming up at 3 o'clock. Let's have a look at the matches in the women's series. These games come from last week. Southern United stayed unbeaten after 2 rounds, beating Central 3-1, and a good strong win there for Capital, beating Canterbury United, the defending champions, by the same score. Now let's have a look at the round 3 matches. Yesterday's result was really interesting. Southern United and Capital Football, top of the table clash. Southern won it by 1-0. So Southern 3 wins from 3 games. I don't think there would have been many fans of women's football who would have picked that after the first 3 rounds. And then at 2 o'clock, so kicking off in just a few minutes, Canterbury United and Central Football, they both have lost their first 2 games, so they hunt for the first points in their campaigns this afternoon. So there we are after 3 of the 5 rounds, or the 6 rounds in this series. Southern United are looking good. 3 wins from 3. There's no grand final in this. This series will conclude in the second week of December with the top team winning the title. So Southern United, fantastic start, and it'll be an amazing achievement if they go on and win the title this season. But there's still football to be played in that series, and we're looking forward to bringing you that series as it continues. So halftime here at Endeavour Park in Whitby. We've got 8 minutes till the start of the second half. It is Western Suburbs leading by 1-0. Well, Endeavour Park in Whitby and Porirua, that strong winds and the rain forecast is holding off for the meantime. But thank you for joining us in this South Central Series in the National League for 2021. Round 3 action between Selwyn United of Canterbury in the vertical blue and white stripes and Western Suburbs, the Wellington team, in the black. No subs have been made at half-time. Western Suburbs leading 1-0, courtesy of that Ihaya Delaney goal in the 19th minute, although they have been playing with 10 players for the last 15 minutes of that first half after Mikey Faber got red carded for an intentional handball. A dramatic first half which saw referee Corey Mills also hand out 3 yellow cards. And there is the goal scorer there, Ihaya Delaney, number 19. His first goal of this series after scoring 8 for this team in the Central League this season. So second half underway, Western Suburbs leading by 1-0 in this round 3 clash. We saw a noticeable drop off in the output on attack of this Western Suburbs team once Faber got red carded. But with all things being equal, Michael Bilt, it wasn't a bad effort really from Western Suburbs to close out that first period of the first half with just 10 players.
Yeah, I think the dynamic of the game's obviously changed now with that sending off. Western Suburbs have one less number up front, and I'd expect them to just try and keep that ball, be really patient and wear out the Selwyn team. They don't need to go and score another goal, but if Selwyn try and get after them, they may look to try and get in behind in certain moments and pick and choose the right times to create some chances. I think this, what we're seeing here now, will be a feature of the second half.
That's an easy pass. Come on.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what Selwyn can do. Once that red card was handed out, we did see Selwyn create a couple of opportunities. So we'll see if that trend continues. And of course, if Selwyn could pinch a win here, or a draw, or get something out of the game, of course, they'd be off the donut on the points table, having lost their first 2 games to Kashmir Technical and Wellington Olympic.
I'd really like to see Selwyn in this second half get tight and look to press Western Suburbs, because they have that one less number up front. They've got a little bit of protection there, knowing that they can go and press really aggressive and hopefully not get hurt too much on the longer balls or counter-attacks.
Well, Murdoch lost possession and Delaney almost got it through to Clayton there. And if he had, that might have been really interesting again. I think that would have been a clear-cut opportunity. But in the end, Selwyn trying to make something. Van Rysel hasn't got it. Here's a chance. It's not connected well at all, unfortunately, from Caradis coming through. But some good play there from Selwyn that time.
Big switch getting in behind. Nice little cut back to Caradis. He would have been expecting to at least test the keeper on that one.
Go on, go on.
Well, one thing sure too, Michael, I think we're going to see Selwyn United get a lot more possession in the second half than what they did in the first half. We will see. But already the signs are looking a bit more promising. Mackay's lost it. Nice layoff from Ingham there. Delaney just couldn't quite bring it down to deck, could he? And make something of that. Selwyn have gifted the ball back here. Gut kick.
Come on.
Clayton makes a run from right back. Oh, gut kicks pass. Lost the momentum, didn't it? So it's going to be a throw-in for Selwyn.
Come on, lads, come on. Everything is there for you. It's your fucking ability. Robbie, here. Tight. Go.
Mackay under pressure.
Okay. Work now. Lead at one. You're worried about the wrong things.
Carradis made the run forward for Selwyn, as did Murdoch. Arnott with that throw in. Cosgrove over there too. Arnott once more. Pushing the back there by Van Rysel, so free kick conceded. Well, chance here for Callum Murdoch to swing this one in. He'll get another opportunity. Here's a chance. No, wasn't in the end. Van Rysel can clear.
To the ball! To the ball!
Selwyn still looking to push forward here. Oh, that was unfortunate. And here comes a foul. And Carradis, no disputing that was a yellow card. It was Bruno Perry that had the pace on him.
Bit of a professional foul there. Not a bad one to make in that moment. Western Suburbs on the counter-attack. And Selwyn had numbers forward.
He didn't really have an option there, Carradis. Ingham back to gut kick. Grolt has it now.
Go on, you got to engage.
Murdoch can't control it. Well looked after by Ben Stroud. Stroud will be familiar with many of these Selwyn players, having played for Canterbury United last season. Though there were no Selwyn United players that actually made the Canterbury United team last year, except for Daniel Eade, who's on the substitutes bench. And he played his games for Canterbury United actually the season before. Here's Ingham into the area. Nice play from Ingham. Oh, what a save from Bierma.
Excellent save from Bierma yet again. It's not the first time in this match he's kept his team in it.
Well, great work from Ingham. That would have been a spectacular goal had he got it past Bierma, but Bierma, oh, 10 out of 10, that stop.
Wasn't a bad shot as well. He's heading towards the corner. He's had to do a little bit of work there to stop that one from going in.
Here's Clayton's corner. Oh, he's overcooked that one.
Definitely most of the better chances have fallen to Western Suburbs, but again, as it stands, it's still just 1-0, and that's a close scoreline, so Selwyn will be very optimistic. As long as they can just keep grafting away, they'll get a reward later in the game.
Well, this lad's good to have a keeper of high quality in your team, isn't it? Makes all the difference to your mindset.
No forward faces, no fouls.
Grolt. Found a way through, and it's almost into the path there of Murdoch. Great play from Grolt.
Tough job he's got today. He's been the man leading the line on his own. Had to do a fair bit of work in that first half, chasing after the ball, trying to stop Suburbs building up.
Gillian. Now Penny. Nice switch. Nice control from Clayton.
Create little angles for each other. Get into the half space there, Juan.
Stroud. That's good play. Gut kick. Nice ball. Delaney. Wow, that was interesting, but no one there. He was a little back heel was to Mr. Invisible, wasn't it? Here is Carradis. So So still 1-0. We've had almost 10 minutes now in the second half. Delaney getting the goal in the 19th minute. Here's Grolt over to the right-hand side this time. Penny Cook makes a run, and now Murdoch and Clayton going at it here. Delaney dropping back to help out his team. Good ball. Ingham in space here. Ingham has a crack. Keep your eyes too on the Western Suburbs bench in this game too. With only 10 players, I'm sure the subs will be getting some action at some stage, with extra miles being gathered by their players today. But in fact, the sub is actually coming from the other side of the field now. Dan Eade is coming on, and Joe Arnott is coming out of the game. Eade is a 31-year-old English-born player. 5 games, in fact 9 games for Southern United all the way back in 2009-2010 season, and 2 games for Canterbury United in the New Zealand Premiership 2 seasons back. So he's out there. He's a goal scorer. He scored 6 in the Mainland Premier League for his team this season, and 3 more in the Southern League. So he's got 9 goals this season. If there's ever a time Selwyn would love for him to get another one, it would be right in this game here, Michael.
Definitely, they've brought on an attacking player. Nice positive move from Selwyn. Hopefully he can just inject a little bit of creativity and help Selwyn go and create this equaliser.
So Eade is wearing 10 for Selwyn. And once again, Arnott was the player substituted. Stroud. Van Rysel. Again, a lovely ball. Through to Clayton. Early one into gut kick. And a chance at the far post. Delaney was so close to goal number 2.
I reckon one is there, though. Oh, excellent. AC, well done. We're on one.
Well, great switch, wasn't it?
Great switch of play from Western Suburbs. Lovely touch from Clayton, and with the ball to match. Delaney, unfortunately, just stretching for it and got underneath it. How they would have desperately loved that one just to give themselves an extra goal cushion.
Yeah, 100%. Carradus over there with Oliver Cosgrove. So Penny.
Offer! Auto, switch on!
Oh, Western Suburbs. Ooh, just about to say they've given up the ball in midfield, and now it might work out okay for them as Gillian puts the foot down here. Gillian, here's a player open and seeing him. Another save by Bemmer, and gut kick has got another goal. His second of the season. Some wonderful follow-up work by one. Gut kick. And it's Western Suburbs with 10 men doubling their lead.
Great play from Gillian. Drives with the ball with purpose, past the defenders. Slips a lovely ball out to the right-hand side to Otto, who comes in on his left. Gets the keeper stretching, and gut kick is there to just put it away.
Yeah, second goal. Got one last week in the 89th minute against Kashmir. And, well, we wouldn't quite say it's a bonus goal, but it's a goal nonetheless to Western Suburbs. Always fantastic when you can score with 10. Now gut kick trying to make something again of
Now you have to own
more
the
possession.
football. You have to own the ball.
And now Penny Cook.
Own the ball.
You can hear Western Suburbs coach Ben Sapola talking about own the ball, hold on to it. So he wants them to manage the game now and really work Selwyn side to side and tire their legs out.
Take hold of the ball.
They've got a 2-goal lead. They don't need to go and score another one, but
Holy smoke, that was close, wasn't it? Eade is going to take it over for a corner. Sims almost messed that up big time. Umbrellas are up here at Endeavour Park. It's starting to rain as Eade takes the corner. Cleared away by Stroud for Western Suburbs, and Gillian is on the loose ball. And you can see here Ben Sippler again not wanting his team to lose possession. But that's exactly what they've done.
No fouling!
Nice pass. Here's a chance. Eid almost on it. And Sims is
Come on,
there.
move the ball, guys! Offer, Case is a
Clayton.
free player! Come on, energy! You still want to attack? 1-1.
Sims has picked out Delaney here, who's onside. He hired Delaney. Oh, it's just over the bar. Oh, Delaney again. Close to his second again.
That's great play from Sims, the goalkeeper. That's the huge benefit you have when you've got a keeper in goal who's really good with his feet. He's managed to find Delaney in behind off the first pass. Unfortunately, Delaney's just not quite hit the target.
Great job, Bruno!
Cosgrove to take the throw in for Selwyn United. And Murdoch can't keep it in. It's unfortunate. The weather just starting to close in here at Whitby. Was forecast to. A nasty northerly storm coming into the Wellington region later today. Expecting gusts of over 100 k's an hour. There's gut kick. A lovely ball and unable to be controlled though by Van Rice. He'll be disappointed and trap that one. A goal in each half for Western Suburbs. Just the ticket for them as they seek their second win from 3 games. Nice touch from gut kick. Here's Ingham again, who's been really dangerous on the ball in this game. And gut kick. Momentum just stopped for a tad as Gillian gets some help from here. Alex Clayton. And Beerma is there to the near post.
You're the 2 temporarily. Otto the 8. Communicate.
Eid chasing that one through Sims. Well, no handball there, but play on's the call. Caritas. And now back to Jaden Booth. Grolt. Good ball. Trying to look for that open man. He's out there somewhere. There's Groltz. He did a good effort there. Impressed with Dorian Grolt today, the 26-year-old. I mean, plenty of energy from him up front. Luke Mackay too. Busy player.
Look in here.
As we see Clayton on the ball here.
One thing the Selwyn team has, not too many superstars, but they all work really hard throughout the whole game. Definite team performance. You can see when they get caught the wrong side, they all work hard to get numbers back behind the ball.
Clayton early ball in. And flying in there was Delaney again. Nice variety. Early ball that time, and Delaney looked like it was on target. Beerma was there though at the near post.
Again, Clayton getting down that right-hand side. He's a huge threat for Western Suburbs. Once he gets in behind with his pace, he also has good quality on his final ball with the cross, which gives the players in the box a chance to go and attack it.
So corner it is. Two goals to nil it is. Delaney and gut kick the goal scorers for Western Suburbs. So they're looking good despite having a player red carded late in the first half, and it was their captain too, Mikey Faber. Van Rysel in space. Ingham. Gillian still has it. Gut kick again of Van Rysel. His gut kick. Ingham, touch is good, and the move off his line was good from Beerma. It's really evolving over these last 5 minutes. Doesn't look like Western Suburbs down a player at the moment, Michael.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, they're very competent at keeping the ball, so even though they've got a man down, they do this sort of work in training week in, week out. Do a lot of rondo work, where that's just purely based around keeping the ball, passing it, sharing it. So if there's ever a team to cope with a man down, Western Suburbs, they know exactly what to do.
Go on, one. There's your space.
There's a lovely ball. Gillian can't catch up with that one. Wind's picking up in strength. It's behind the backs of Western Suburbs in the second half.
If Western Suburbs can hold on to this win, they've got Wellington Olympic next week, which will tee up a massive fixture.
Here's Ingham again. Running around these defenders, Otto Ingham. And Beerma pumps it away for a corner. Ingham really enjoying himself out there at the moment. He played for Eastern Suburbs last year in the New Zealand National League. Back in Wellington now. So Clayton to take it. Beerma up there to palm it away. See if Murdoch can create something here for Selwyn.
Good play from Murdoch, helping his team get out.
Eade has it now. And Grolt was making his run, but Sims had that one under control quite comfortably. Dorian Grolt is just going to be okay. You'll be fine. Run it off. Yes. What's the old saying? You always problem when you run into someone who has rocks as hips. Looks like Kay Sims could be one of those players. Caritas.
Had to be careful there and time that well. He's already on a yellow.
Here's Murdoch. Eade the target of that pass. Still in the field of play is Selwyn. Keep it alive. Penny Cook that was. Now Caritas. Oh, in the end, Sims had to palm that over the crossbar. Ended up being an unusual shot in many ways.
Just a little interested why Sims was unable to collect this. It's given Selwyn an opportunity. Get numbers in the box.
Well, Murdoch coming over to take it again. Gut kick, good commitment from him. He's on his lonesome over there, but he gets some support now from Gillian. I've got to say, Sabo, of course, he's had a positional switch, taking over that central defending role that Faber vacated when he was red carded. He's done a very good job. Now, that was nice play from Delaney as Gillian has Ingham there too. Cosgrove with a vital touch there for Selwyn rather. Now, Clayton, who's creating all sorts of problems on this right-hand side. Clayton! Ingham! Open goal there, Michael Bilt.
Oh, that's a huge chance to put the game completely to bed. Great play again from Clayton down the right side. Skips past his man. And really it should be put away. I mean, the ball was in the air, it did bounce maybe just before Otto made connection with it, but that close to the goal, you just got to get something on it.
Well, he likes scoring goals, Otto Ingham. 19 games through the Central League and the Chatham Cup for Western Suburbs this season. And he scored 10 goals. So he likes to put the ball in there, and he had a really good chance to score his 11th of the year.
Yeah, he's had a great game today, and he'll be really disappointed that he hasn't been able to notch one in.
Here's Clayton again. He's creating all sorts of havoc down that right flank at the moment. Here's Van Rysel. Nice play from Gillian. Here's Van Rysel again. And Clayton has scored. Alex Clayton. Nice play from him. He stayed nice and high after making that lovely run down the right flank. And a lovely cross from Van Rysel to pick him out.
Yeah, that's Van Rysel, fullback to fullback. So that shows just the aggression of Western Suburbs. They've still got that attacking mindset when the opposite fullback's crossing the ball, the other one, and Clayton is there at the back post and nodded in.
Great work from Clayton. So goals to Delaney, to gut kick, and now Clayton have Western Suburbs well clear of Selwyn United. They've scored 2 of the goals while playing with 10 players.
It's a great effort from Western Suburbs to be a goal. I mean, be a man down and to still be able to throw players forward and create chances and not just settle for 1-0. Very impressive.
Yeah, well said, Michael. I think that's a really good summary there. As gut kick comes forward again. Plenty of space for Delaney. Western Suburbs looming again here as Van Rysel. Beerma's got that one. Got that one like he picked the apple off the tree. Eid. Delaney almost in there stealing possession again. 20 minutes to play. So we've got some subs coming on here for Western Suburbs. It looks like 3 players coming on at the same time. Remember, these players have been doing an extra running with Faber red carded in the first half. So on comes Garbutt, on comes Jack O'Connor and Daniel Atkinson. Of course, Atkinson and Garbutt. Atkinson is the son of a former All White. His dad was Mark, who played for New Zealand for 4 years, 97 to 2001. And Garbutt, of course, Norman Garbutt, is the brother of Matthew, who's in the All White squad at the moment. So Ingham's off, Gillian is off.
I think Delaney as
and
well.
Delaney as well. Probably not a bad move by Coach Cipolla here to do that, Michael, given, you know, you want 3 players with fresh legs with only 10 players out there full stop to close out the game.
Yeah, agreed. Left their current back 4 unchanged, but the attacking players that have been working hard and with one less man all coming off, so get some fresh legs on.
And there is Norman Garbutt making a decisive play early. Garbutt just 17 years old. Tell you what, his brother is not too shabby, is he? Playing in that all-whites jumper at the moment. And he played well at the Olympic Games too, did Matthew.
Yeah, he seems to be going strength to strength. The few appearances he's had for the All Whites.
Oh, what a great ball from Clayton. And that was Jack O'Connor sneaking up there, the 17-year-old, to get close. What a great ball. How good has Clayton been in this game?
Very good. The most important thing about all his play, he gets past players, he gets into good positions, but it's that end product that he provides for the team. That good final ball that allows players to go and attack something with a bit of quality.
Yeah, he's been a constant threat every time he has touched the ball.
Good, Daniel. Work again. Get your work in.
Played very well in the other 2 games that Western Suburbs have had as well. Now Selwyn coming through here. This is Murdoch, but he's lost the ball. Might win it back here, though. He has done so. Well done, Callum Murdoch. Booth, back to Carradis. Not a bad ball from Carradis up the middle towards Eve there.
Come on, so keep attacking.
Yeah, I was mentioning before, Sabo's done a great job, hasn't he, at the back there, moving into that central defending position.
Yeah, it's really tough in a game to, you go in with the mindset of playing in a certain position and you visualize certain situations and practice.
Here's a chance for Reed here. And Sims. Oh, we've seen plenty of games where balls like that have snuck through the keeper's legs. And Sims managed to do enough.
And just for Slabo to slip back into centre back like he has done today, he's been absolutely brilliant in there and looked very accomplished. It's not a position he typically plays too often.
Great job, Norm. Great job.
Garbett was there. Garbett has got it to Clayton. Oh, that was a beauty from Beerma. Looked to be on target, that one.
Clayton really starting to enjoy himself, staying quite high, being very, very aggressive. And I think this is slipping in that near post there.
Yeah, Beerma took no chances. In the meantime, we've got another sub being made by Chris Brown, the coach of Selwyn United. Nicholas Fairley is on the pitch. And Callum Murdoch has been replaced. Good stint from Murdoch in this game. Good attitude on the pitch. So Nicholas Fairley, a 17-year-old, gets his second appearance of this campaign. Came on as a sub in the first round against Kashmir Technical. His twin brother is in the wider squad as well. Here he is, just making his first touch. Carradis. Clayton clears it. And Mackenzie Coe is on as well.
Jack and Norman, switch sides. So Norman's not, non-inverted.
So he's wearing number 3, the 21-year-old. Coming on as a substitute in all 3 games so far this season.
Pick up seconds, pick up seconds.
Carradis drops back to pick up the ball.
Good boy, good boy. Tight. Go on, knock him wide.
Carradis once again. It's a pretty decent ball over to Pennycook. It's been lost again. O'Connor, who's back,
Get playful.
picking that one up for Western Suburbs.
Great work. Go. Fireworks.
O'Connor.
Fireworks.
Remember, everyone on the bench for Western Suburbs in this game is either 17 or 18 and very young players, but O'Connor's one of those guys. Plenty of promise.
Go. You're out. Fireworks. Fireworks, Norman.
Clayton.
Detail. Good Jack. Fireworks
You
slam.
can hear Ben Sapola driving his team on, even though they're 3-0 up at this stage. Really trying to keep the standards high, giving them lots of information from the side.
Well, that rain really sweeping in now at Whitby. That northerly storm is seemingly on us. Selwyn United trying to get something out of this game. Bruno Penny there to get the ball back for Western Suburbs. Stroud over to Clayton. Well, if they're awarding a man of the match, it's hard to go past Alex Clayton. This time it's an ambitious long ball towards number 8 for Western Suburbs. That's Daniel Atkinson. Pennycook to the Scotsman in this Selwyn United team, Jamie Carradis. Stroud with a touch there. Ooh, my fall for Selwyn United here is Fairley. Here's a Grolt. And it is away. He's played with plenty of energy in this game.
Good little bit of play there by Selwyn. Just having a little spell here where they're starting to string together a few passes and create a few opportunities.
A bit of cramp perhaps for Robbie Zabo.
Hold on, 18? Yeah, hold on. So it was the RGK who's now coming off the fullback. Yeah. He's meant to be 13, but yeah.
Drop Daniel into 5.
So meant to be 13
Daniel,
yeah.
play the 5. Play the 5. Yeah, Norman, play the 8.
Sabo looks to be okay.
Jack, go switch with Norman. Oscar, you're inverted here. Play like Otto. Yeah.
As at 5,
Well, interesting substitution being made here, Michael. So Sabo, who we just see being attended to here, might be out of gas with 10 to play. So Western Suburbs are actually bringing on their reserve goalkeeper, Oscar Boyce. There he is. He's wearing 18.
Looks like he's just going to go and slot up front. Complete opposite ends of where he's used to.
So no more subs left in this game, but I guess look, it's not a bad idea from Coach Sapola here, Michael. I mean, the game is safe at 3-0, you'd think, but Western Suburbs have been doing it tough with only 10 players for the majority of the game. So a big game coming up next week against Wellington Olympic. You got some key players that you want to see out there next week, and with Sabo just struggling with a bit of cramp, it probably makes sense to pull him out of the game.
Yeah, I think he's probably casting his mind a little bit to next weekend. But in saying that, I know the reserve goalkeeper's going on up top, but they're very used to playing with their feet and playing in the outfield. They train with the outfielders a whole lot of the time, so I'm sure he'll be comfortable and do a job.
All he needs to do now is score a goal in these last 9 minutes, and then, boy, that'll be an interesting changing room.
That would be great. Nothing better than seeing a goalkeeper score.
Exactly. Particularly when some of your attacking players haven't scored a goal in the season yet. No names, of course.
You get the opportunity to rub that in.
Here's O'Connor.
Bravo, Jack!
Yeah, I tell you what, if that was me, I'd certainly be rubbing it in. Selwyn picked up the ball here. Carradis. Just overcooks that one too fairly.
Oscar, stay tighter. AC's
Delaney, gut kick, Clayton the goal scorers. 1-0 at half time, 2 goals in the second half to gut kick, a 58th minute, Clayton the 70th minute rather. And here is gut kick.
Get playful!
Van Rysel, trapped in the corner there. He's Fairley.
Stand up!
Carradis can't get that one on target.
Stretch them, Oscar. Stretch them as high as they'll go.
Well, 3-0 score at the moment with 7 to play.
Good Norm, offer again.
Garbutt it was. Flicking over to Clayton. If you're Chris Brown, the Selwyn coach, what do you get out of a performance like this, Michael? With more games to come, hang on, hold the phone as Stroud goes down. That might go against Selwyn United. A little unlucky there.
Ooh, he doesn't seem to be too happy about that call. I'm not too sure about it either. It looked like he got close to him and may have just nicked it off him. See if there's any contact here. Yeah, a little bit. May have clipped the ankles.
Yeah, a little unlucky there, Grolt. Yeah, so back to that question. What do you take out of you if you're Chris Brown?
Yeah, it's a tough one for him today. To be honest, he'll with the sending off, they've failed to really take control of the game, and it'll be a big week of training, I'd imagine, going forward. Conceding 3 goals, you'll definitely have to look at that in terms of their defensive display and trying to be a little bit harder to break down. It's easier said than done. A team as good as West, they do like to move the ball around, and it is very difficult as well. So the one thing you can't say, or you can say about the Selwyn team is that they've put a lot of work into the game. They've not failed to work hard. The work ethic's been there throughout the whole game. So he'll build on that, but defensively they definitely need to have a look at that going into next weekend.
Van Rysel picks up the ball. 5 minutes to play. That's Bruno Perry. Clayton. What a game he's had.
Keep it for the rest of the game. Keep it.
Norman Garbutt.
Go on, get playful. Just keep it simple.
It's not able to be controlled by Oscar Boyce, the reserve goalkeeper. He's playing up front there. Here's Booth, Selwyn's captain.
Keep it. Go.
Boyce again.
Keep your intent.
Gut kick. Chance to run at the defence. Oh, beautiful ball. O'Connor chasing it through. That might be a corner. Lovely play from Gut kick. Well, he got himself into an excellent position there in his pass. It needed to be kicked down a pipe, that one, and he did a brilliant job. Take it short.
Move it.
O'Connor and Rysel. So they're happy to just use up some time on the clock here.
Keep it for air. Keep it.
Keep the ball in possession. So a pretty decent performance, all things considered, here by Western Suburbs in this contest. Remember that red card coming 10 minutes out from half time. But it's not had any impact on the result of this game. Here's a chance. Eade feeds it over to Grolt. And a foul right on the edge of the area. Goes against Penny. Carritus over the ball here for Selwyn United. Can the Cantabrians get something out of this game? Almost flicked in there by Eade.
If Carritus was able to get a little flick on there, that may have changed the path of the ball and found itself in the net.
Gives a chance here for Western Suburbs on the break, but they've lost possession. For the meantime, they've got it back through. Jack O'Connor. Here comes Garbutt. And he's fouled. Just a couple of minutes of normal time to play. Clayton.
Can hear Ben Sapola counting their passes now. Definitely just driving them to keep that ball.
Ooh, that was a not nice idea from Penny. He just overcooked that pass, just a fraction towards O'Connor. That's an indication of how strong that breeze is now, isn't it? Remember, Beerma was getting the ball right down the other end of the pitch in the first half. Here's Atkinson chasing it through. O'Connor. And Garbutt can't connect. That rain coming down heavily now. Well, Selwyn will have 3 minutes to salvage something out of this game. 3 minutes of added time. Here's Grolt again, who's been one of their hard-working best today. Good ball. Almost controlled in the area there. Fairley has it now. It's all the way back here for Pritchard and now Booth. Nice switch of play there from Carradis. Clayton's hurt. There's the ball from Pennycook. It's been lost by Sims. Looks like Clayton stayed down here. Gut kick. Stroud. Striding forward. Boyce. Well, Atkinson would probably back himself in a foot race, but not that time. Ball comfortably wins that one. So 2 minutes to play, 3-0. It's Western Suburbs who are going to get maximum points here in this game and move up to 6 on the table and be right in the hunt after 3 rounds of the South Central Series in the National League. Lovely ball into E there, and it's saved by Sims. And Rysel clears it to Atkinson. And Van Rysel will just haul it downfield. Gut kick.
Well, as we've mentioned before, if Kashmir are able to go and get a result against Phoenix and claim all 3 points next game, it's going to tee up a very interesting round 4 with Wellington Olympic and Western Suburbs playing each other, then Kashmir playing Miramar, so the top 4 playing all against each other.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's going to be a couple of cracking games next weekend. Here's a chance for Booth, who's come forward. Lovely ball into Eade. Eade, oh, great ball. Here's a goal. And it is Fairley. Nicholas Fairley, who's gone in to score it. The 17-year-old substitute. Some lovely passing. And Eade delivered a beautiful ball to the far post.
Yeah, great work from Eade to get that ball across. Someone be happy to get something on the score sheet, and no doubt Western Suburbs will be a little annoyed to give up that clean sheet. You never know what may happen in terms of goal difference and things like that as well.
Well, you're right. There's Sims. Gives one for Boyce to chase here. 2 goalkeepers out there, remember, for Western Suburbs. Here's the second one, playing in an outfield position. O'Connor far post. Beerma gets rid of it. And that will be the last act of the game. So Western Suburbs have got the job done here. Challenging game for them after they lost their captain to a red card in the first half, Mikey Faber. But they scored 2 goals with 10 players on the pitch. And that late concession, or late goal to Selwyn United, has finished the game with 3-1. So Delaney, gut kick, and Clayton the goal scorers. And Fairley getting the goal right near the end of the game. So there we are. It's Western Suburbs taking maximum points. They win their 2nd straight game, move up to 6 competition points. And they are too good for Selwyn United. Thank you for watching. Final score here at Endeavour Park in Whitby. It is Western Suburbs 3, Selwyn United 1.